This is another Crafty Sausage video, and today I'm going to be showing you the project I have been working on for the past couple days. So this is sort of a dancing arcade game here. So you can see we can go the whole way around it here. And it does actually have a bit of the redstone from that building over there, which you might remember was the jukebox machine that played all the different music discs, and I'll show you where that is at in this, but you can see I put a lot of windows in here so that way you can just sort of look in and see all the redstone and see it working, just because it's pretty interesting to see it all and like sort of how it works and stuff. Now, I was actually inspired by a YouTuber whose name is Mumbo Jumbo. Awesome channel. You should go check him out. And he made something sort of like this, and you can see it had sort of the same basis of like the time that, or like the lights that come down, but there's definitely a lot that I have changed. Mostly because I play on Bedrock, which is very different to Java when it comes to Redstone. So we are inside here. You can see it's pretty basic decoration, just sort of something to make it look a little bit less bland. And you can see this is here like where you'd flick the lever to pick the song. So I just picked 9 of the most upbeat songs in Minecraft here. And then if we go over here, this is the payment area. So right now I have it where you put 5 diamonds in, and then you get like 5 seconds, and that's when this light is on, to go flick a lever and pick a song. And when this light turns off, you can see your time has run out. And then this picture here, which is hiding the access into the redstone here, which we will show here in just a second. But if we go on over here, then you can see where the lights are. So how this actually works is it has 4 skulk sensors, and then you stand in here, and then you'd move back and forth, and you can sort of see the particles from them. And there's 4 of them, and they detect in all the different directions. And each one of these, when the game is turned on, will go off whenever you actually hit it on the when it hits this block right here. And then over here, this is your 5 stars here, so how good you did. And then this is your mastery light. So basically, if you get that light on, that's like the max you can get for the song, which basically means pick a different song. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this actually works. Now, it's not actually super easy to see with the building on the top because there's a lot going on. So I actually made a copy of this world before I built the building on top of it. So we are going to go to that now. So here we are. This is what it looked like before I built the building on. As you can see, I did a little bit of terraforming when I built the building. But you can see sort of how it works. You can see the music system here, where the skulk sensors are, 4 things, 5 stars, and then the columns up here, and then the pads down here where you move around. And the really interesting part about this is if you look at it, there is actually no redstone hooked up to it. It's just sort of like a couple blocks there. Like you could get rid of all of this and it would still sort of work because the skulk sensors over here are what actually pick it up. Okay, so let's start from the first thing you would do when you would walk in the building. You would walk in here and you would put 5 diamonds in here. So we're going to go ahead and put 5 in. And then it would go down. It would pass through the sorting system. And you can see the sorting system would let it through. And then it would just come around here into this very long pulse extender, which would just keep it up to the 5 seconds. And then there's this white line over here, which turns on the light for that. Now, you couldn't really see it in the actual building because it was daytime, but there was actually lights underneath the floor that sort of direct you as to what you should do next. So, like, if I were to put the 5 back in, you can see it turns those off. and then goes through here, through this repeater here, and turns these lights on. So you know that, oh, I should go over here and pick a song from our song thing here. And this is the same design as that building over there. For the most part, you can see with all the different jukeboxes, and then the shulker boxes up on the top, except for it has this circuit that comes down here that reads whenever they're going, and instead of going to the dance floor like it does in there, it goes through this orange line here, which splits off to more lights here that light up the pad a little bit. And then this orange line just sort of weaves under here a whole lot. You can sort of following it here. Just a little bit of extra dirt there. And then it goes over to here. You can see we have this brown line, and then we have the black line. You hit it on the light over there, it turns this line off, and then drops the stone down into there, and then it'll get stuck in there because this is locking the hopper. We'll explain more about this green line a little bit later. This black here, you can see there's all this delay, so that way it doesn't turn on as soon as you flick that lever there. And then this just sort of goes up to the top here, and then extends this one here. Now you can see I was actually having a lot of trouble with the randomizers for this. So you can see I just had to leave the observer line going because sometimes, like whenever you'd put a piston in it or something, so that way it like turned on and off, it like would weirdly like have double pulses going through it. And I didn't really have any way of fixing it other than just letting this go and then just extending this piston so that way nothing else really can happen. But you can see, if we were to just break that piece of redstone for a second here, you can see how it works. There's two pistons, sticky pistons, facing each other with observers over here. And then the game just sort of randomizes whichever one it wants. And then you can see there's two more here on either side. So once it picks which one of these it wants, then it picks one of these. And then we end up with a random pattern that goes down, as you can see. We can go ahead and put that piece of redstone back. So, anyway, back to the green over here. You can see this goes down, the whole way down around here, past here, and then over to the light green here. Now, the light green, if we just trace it back to one of them, so let's see here, which one would be the easiest one to understand? Probably this dark blue one here. So you can see the line comes over here to this torch here, which is currently off. Now there's two torches here that are on. This one here represents this thing here. So whenever this light is on, no matter if you get it or not, this torch is off. Now this torch here, if we follow that one, this one goes to the skulk sensor. So the skulk sensor powers all this and turns off this torch. So if both these torches are turned off at the same time, then this torch will turn off, sending a signal through here, which will wrap around to the hopper system that we looked at earlier, which will add up on your stars. Now, the mastery light here, basically, I think I tested it, you needed 4 stacks of stone, which is about, actually, I think for some of the shorter songs, it's actually not possible to get that because there's not enough time, but for the longer songs, it is possible. So I guess that's really not the best system, but I don't know. I feel like it needed a little something else. Anyway, I should probably also explain that, like, you can see the green goes to the 4 others. So the light blue one goes around here to this skulk sensor. It does the same thing, basically. Then on this side, there's a yellow one for this skulk sensor right here. This one is really stretched out, though, because it has to go from this light here all the way back to the back. And then there's an orange one around the back here, just like this, that also detects one. This one was probably the hardest one because it was really hard to get them squeezed in there. Now, you might also notice that there's another color that comes off of the 4 colors from the skulk sensors. Those go up to the lights that tell you if you got it or not. So these are the okay, good, great, amazing. So you can see, you can just trace them back like this pink one here. You can chase it through here and then back to the yellow one. And then like the gray one goes the whole way around to the blue one here. Well, actually, I think that's mostly everything. It looks really complicated, but once you break it down a little bit, it becomes a lot simpler. So let's head back to the other world and let's go ahead and play this game a little bit. Okay, we're back over here in the world where we actually finished the building. Now if we go on in, go ahead and put our 5 diamonds in. Let the light up. Go ahead and pick a song. And if we go on down here and wait, you can see that we can go ahead and start getting them on the lights. Oop, messed that one up a little bit. Okay, back, side, forward, forward, back, forward, side, forward. We still only have 1 star. Okay, I've been playing for a little bit, and I have 3 stars right now. The song should be pretty close to done, but I think we're gonna be about done for this video. Well, I think that's about it for this video. This is another Crafty Sausage video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe too while you're at it.